In this video, we're going to look at how to play power chords for each of our open chords that we've already learned. So if we look at our open chords, we know them like this. We know G, D, C, A, and E, and we also know B in this way, where we're muting the D string and the high E string. Quick pause. If you don't know all your open chords, then watch all the way to the end, where I will give you a free worksheet in which I've compiled a bunch of those chords that will help you. So back to the video. So how do we play these as power chords? We want to take the root of the chord and keep that, and keep the same shape no matter where we are on the guitar. So if we start, for example, with G, our root is 3rd fret of the low E. That is a G note. And whenever I say the root, that means that that is our lowest note. So taking these power chord shapes, we want to find how to play them around the guitar. Off of the E string, off of the A string, and off of the D string. So if I look here, and I know that my G major looks like this, I already know the root on the E. And I would play it in this way. 1 finger on the E, 1 finger on the A, 2 frets up, 1 finger on the D, 2 frets up. So altogether I'm playing 3rd fret and 5th fret. And then whenever I want to find rooted on the A, I would find a G on that string. So I'm going A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. I'm up here on the 10th fret. That's pretty far up, but it's really helpful to know how to find that, especially for knowing your string names, or the notes on the strings. Rooted on the D string. So now I'm on the D string, and I'm going to go D, E, F, and G, and I'm here on the 5th fret. So once again, you've got G, open chord, G, power chord, on the A, and on the D. And I can do this for every single one of my chords as long as I know the notes on my lowest 3 strings, E, A, and D. You probably know E. You might know A, might not know D, but there's also one easy way to find it. Every note on the low E is 2 frets higher on the D string. So if I'm on the 3rd fret of the E string playing a G, I'm going to go 2 frets higher on the D string, so that's the 5th fret. If I play a power chord off of the 3rd fret of the low E, I'm going to play a power chord with the D rooted shape off of the D string. If I play a power chord on the 5th fret on the E string, I'm going to play a power chord off of the 7th fret on the D string, and so on and so forth. I'm going to run really quickly through the rest of the open chords just so you have a reference. So if I'm playing A, this is actually the A rooted power chord as well. A major. If I only play the A, D, and G strings, that is an A power chord. I could do a bar here to hold down those 2 strings that I need. And that's all I need for that chord. Rooted off of the E string, I'm going to go E, F, G, A. And here's my A power chord off of the E string. 2 frets higher than this on the D string will give me my D power chord. So 5th fret was an A, so 2 frets higher is the 7th fret. There's my A power chord rooted on the D. If I go to B, here's the way that we've learned our B open chord. To make it easier, we manipulate it a little bit. That's exactly where I want to play my B power chord. This is rooted on the A string. On the E string, it's going to be 2 frets higher than my A. That's a whole step away, so I'm now on the 7th fret. And 2 frets higher than that on the D gives me the rooted on D power chord shape for B. That was the B chord. C chord. I'm going to move a little bit quicker through these now that you know the process. So this note right here is my root for the C chord. I'm going to build a power chord off of that one, off of the 3rd fret of the A string, power chord for C. If I look at the low E string, E, F, G, A, B, that's the last chord I played. Half step up from there is C, 8th fret. 2 frets higher on the D string is my D power chord for C. Chords for C: open, power chord on the 8th fret, power chord on the 10th fret of D. D chord. This is actually the D power chord if I just play D, G, and B, and either mute or avoid the high E. That's my D power chord. I can go on the A, 5th fret, D power chord, E, 10th fret, D power chord. I could also go 2 frets higher than this on the D and play a higher D power chord, and that's the same as what I did here, but on the 12th fret. E power chord. So E major, the power chord is already hidden in here. That right there is a power chord for E. 2 frets higher than my low E. This might get confusing. Low E, that's where my root is. So 2 frets higher than that gives me the D power chord. So I'm going to go open, 1, 2. I have to count from the open position. Here's my E power chord off of the D. So open, E power chord, D rooted power chord, A rooted power chord. I'm on the 7th fret of the A string. Okay, we're moving forward. F. So we might know F like this. We might know it like this, or you might already be doing a full bar. We've got a power chord hidden in here as well. If we're just looking at the lowest 3 strings, E, A, and D, there's your F power chord. We follow that process. 2 frets higher on the D string gives me my D rooted power chord. This is an F off of the D. And now I'm going to go up here to the 8th fret, following my music alphabet, to find an F power chord on the A. So I want A, B, C, D, E, F. And we're back to G. So we've played all the power chords for the open chords that we already know. You notice that I only played them for major chords, G, A, B, C, major. I didn't play any minors because in the power chord there is no major or minor quality. It's only power chord. We're missing the note that makes it either major or minor. It doesn't matter in this case if I play A minor or A major, or rather if the rest of the band is playing A minor or A major, because you're not doing the note that matters whenever it changes that. You're just doing the power chord. So I can play that over either chord. You can also play it over a suspended chord. So whether you're playing sus2, sus4, you can play a power chord if you're not sure of what the suspended chord looks like. You can also play it over major and minor 7ths, and even a dominant 7th chord. There's a few chords that you can't play it over, but most of the chords that you'll ever have to play in a band setting, in a jam session, you can play a power chord as a default. You know your open chords, now you know your power chords, so try to use them in some of the songs that you've already learned. Okay, as I mentioned, here is a free worksheet. I want you to go to my website and download it. It compiles a bunch of major, minor, suspended, add 9, all the basic chords that you would want to know in the most basic or easy way possible to play them. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If I've forgotten anything you should do, do that too, and I'll see you in the next lesson.